Hey beautiful souls, if this video has found you, then this message is for you. This week we're going to look at Divine Feminine Awakening and what your soul is ready to receive this week. So I have my cards. We're going to start with the Akashic Alchemy Oracle, and then we'll add some tarot and some other cards if we feel drawn to do that. So let's have a look. What is ready to awaken within us this week? So the energy is really shifting. This card number one is really shifting within us and around us at the moment. So you may be feeling heavy, tired, uncertain of your next steps. So really important that we pay attention to what is going on around us at the moment. So a few cards jumped out. So the first card that jumped out was the Mother Wound. Now, the mother wound is something that is so deep. It runs so deep across generations and across timelines as well. So it's something that I feel is coming up more and more to be healed, to help us to really step into our divine feminine energy. It's very difficult for us to be in our divine feminine energy if we have something like the mother wound affecting us, right? And the mother wound is very much about not receiving the love and attention that you needed, or you are not receiving that attention and love that you need from the mother figure. So this will be the feminine person that looked after you from a young age. So it could be a mother, it could be a stepmother, it could be a grandparent. Okay, so it's really important that we start to heal this mother wound. Now, the mother wound can be personal between you and your mother, or it could be something that is passed down through the generations. So it's something that, you know, is generational, it's ancestral, and it shows up between every mother and daughter, or every son and mother. So you may feel that you are not fully supported by your mother, or that love was conditional, or you felt abandoned and rejected by your mother or mother figure. So it's really important that we start to clear this wounding so that we can easily step into our feminine energy, right? And that's really, really important, right? Because when we're in our divine feminine, it's all about intuition. It's all about intuition, creation, flow, and receiving as well. So if we have the mother wound, then we're blocked to receiving all the goodness that the universe has for us. So let's have a look at some of these other cards that have come up. Let me just move that out the way. Okay, so there's a few here. So let's look at past life. Okay, now we've had many past lives, and our past lives can affect us in this lifetime. So you may have heard me talking about things like the vows of poverty and how they can still affect us in this lifetime. So any lifetime where you have made vows, contracts, agreements to be something, if they're not cleared, they can affect you in this lifetime. So this card is really inviting you to go back and look at some of the past lives where they are affecting you in this lifetime. So let's do a different example today. So let's say you have a phobia, right? And it's a phobia about fire. And in this lifetime, you have no idea where it came from. It could be that you experienced fire in a past life and you haven't cleared the trauma imprints, the trauma from that fire, and it is still showing up in this lifetime. The same with vows, contracts, and agreements, right? If you haven't cleared them, so the vow of poverty, maybe you made when you were a monk, a nun, or a witch, or, you know, any lifetime where you've made a vow of poverty and you haven't cleared that vow, then that's showing up in this lifetime now, right? Through not being able to make money, feeling that money doesn't come easy, you have to work really hard for money, or you overspend, or you're unable to get a job or charge correctly. I'm not sure correctly is the right word, but, you know, charge enough for your gifts. So your past lives are having an impact now on your divine feminine energy. And it is important to go and look at these. Oh, interestingly, we had the vows of poverty show up as well. So this is a vow that you've made to always live in poverty. And that vow would have served you in that past life as a monk or a witch or whatever it may be. It's not serving you now. So really, really important to go and remove that vow of poverty and other vows that are stopping your success, money flow, and all of the things that you're looking for in this lifetime, right? And it really feels that the time is now. We've got divine timing here, and it feels like this is the time to do it. We're being encouraged more and more to step into our divine feminine energy. And with a vow of poverty, for example, it's very hard to receive, right? Because you've said you vow to give everything to everybody else, right? You vowed to live in poverty, which not only has a financial impact, but has an impact in all areas of your life, right? In relationships. So maybe, you know, the vow of poverty is showing up in relationships where you are always giving in a relationship and you get nothing back, right? So perhaps you're in a codependent relationship, or you know, a relationship that doesn't fully give to you because your receiving is closed because you have this vow of poverty, right? Like I say, that's going to be all areas. So we also have the sister wound as well. So the sister wound is that wounding that has been created with other women in your life. So again, this can go back into past lives where you were exiled, or you were not part of the group, right? So you may have been judged, you may have had the mickey taken out of you, you may have generally not connected with these women, right? So there's always going to be perhaps competition and jealousy and all of those different energies that stop you being part of the collective energy, especially when it comes to women, because you've had a bad experience in the past. So you're being asked to look at the sister wound, because this is also something that is ready to be released, right? So that you can work with other women. Everything that is coming up now is about community, right? And if you feel exiled, or you don't trust women, or you feel that there's always competition with women, just a few examples, this is the time to heal that, right? Because we need to start building community, and you can't build community very easily if you have the sister wound, because that competition, jealousy, and all of those things are always going to be there. So really important to look at the sister wound. Okay, so that's a couple of big woundings that have come up this week. And what you're also being told is this is going to help you to bring balance and flow, right? It's so important that not only are we working with the divine feminine, but that we are bringing balance into our lives. We do have to balance with the divine masculine as well. But right now we want to be more in that feminine energy of creation, flow, receptivity, to really help us to create more of what we want to see in our lives, to help us to create a more successful life, a more life that is on purpose. And the more that you work with healing these blocks, so the mother wound, the sister wound, the vows, contracts and agreements that have been made that are showing up in this life, the more you're going to be able to find balance, and that's going to help your growth and up level spiritually and in the physical world as well, which is really, really important. So not only did you get growth and up level, you got ascension as well. So they're both very much on the same path, right? Your growth, your up level, and you may be feeling that, you know, you're going through a bit of an ascension at the moment, and that can make the energy all over the place, right? It can make you feel like really, really tired and disconnected, or you'll have lots of energy and then there'll be a big dip. So it's a bit of a roller coaster. And this ascension and clearing these wounds is going to help your growth and up level. It's going to up level you to your best timeline, right? So there is a little bit of work that needs to be done. So let's bring in some tarot as well. And let's just see what the tarot wants to add to this. Okay, so what do we need to know to help us to awaken our divine feminine this week? Okay, so we have a few cards here. So definitely talking about the emotions, we have the King of Cups, right? And it is about the emotions, right? Cups is very much about emotions, and like maybe you're just trying to suppress all the emotions that are going on around you rather than really feeling into them. The King of Cups is asking you to really feel into those emotions, the emotions that your mother brings up, the emotions that women bring up for you, and the emotions of just how you're feeling day to day with all the energetics that are coming up. This is a time to feel in and release. Okay, really, really important, so that you can be more in your divine feminine, so that you can awaken more intuition, more connection with the divine in whatever form that is for you. So yes, the energy does feel a little bit difficult, feels like a bit of a battleground, and you know, it really does. You know, from one day you're feeling great to the next day, you know, you don't want to get up and do anything because the energy is just off. And that brings with it a lot of emotion. And that's, you know, a really clear sign if you're experiencing this, that when all of those emotions come up and when you feel tired and you don't want to do anything, and you feel disconnected, that is the time to rest. Okay, that is the time to pay attention and pay, you know, especially to emotions, but also you're probably getting downloads as well as we go through this ascension process. So then we've got, actually, let's do the Hanged Man first. So stillness is needed, right? As these energies come in, as these emotions come up, you do need to take that time to deal with that, to really be in the present moment with that, okay? Because that will start to bring some stability and some balance that we've been asked to connect with. And then we have 3 coins. So this is about, you know, your energy and how you show up in the world, right? It's a very practical card. It's a very earthy card. So this is about how you show up and how you share your soul gifts, how you share your soul purpose, right? Everything comes back to you know, who we are and how our soul wants to be expressed, right? And part of that expression is our soul purpose, right? So this is just a reminder that showing up authentically, showing up in your purpose and your passion is really, really important. And that's going to help to awaken more of the divine feminine. So as we go through this process of being, you know, very up and down, the ascension that is going on, there are going to be ideas and inspirations that are coming in for you. So you may have some new business ideas, a new program, a new offering in some description, or even a new business for you to set up. And everything is heading in the direction of, you know, happiness, joy, abundance, and all of those beautiful energies. So it is a week where we do need to pay attention. It is a week where we do need to clear some of the things that are holding us back, like the sister wound, the mother wound, and these are deep clearings, right? They're things that need to be dealt with more than once, because you would have had many lifetimes where you've experienced the sister wound and the mother wound. So they are a bit of a process for sure, but it will be so worth it. And also, especially looking at the Vow of Poverty, is going to be really, really powerful, because it not only has an impact on your money, it has an impact on your relationships, your success, your career, you know, all of those different things. So clearing the Vow of Poverty, really, really important. Now, I do have a Vow of Poverty clearing on my website, so you can go and check that out. And over the next few days, I am going to be recording and uploading some more clearings and activations to my YouTube channel, especially for the mother wound and the sister wound, as they keep coming up with my clients. They keep coming up in videos and on my TikTok as well. So this is definitely a time to start clearing those. So do keep an eye on the channel. Do please subscribe so you get notified when I put new videos up. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Wishing you an awesome week. Ciao for now.